Yo,
Yo, yo,
Yo, yo,
everybody on? Everybody good?
we're
no,
here.
We're
no.
back again. Welcome everybody to it's Sunday night. Welcome everybody to another night of Island Boys Football Talk. It's week 7, basically in the books. 2 games left. As of course you got your three boys in the building. Sheen, Jizzle, and Streety. We got some mixed reactions today from the games, but overall, what can we say? Week 7 is no different to week 6 and week 5. You got some surprises, you got some head scratchers, you got some all types of emotions. So, I mean, we're just happy to be back. If you look at it, Jizzle was off for the bye week. I had probably I don't want to say a shocker. I ain't even looking at it. I ain't even looking at that by doing that nonsense with the Phillies.
It's a more of
Uh
an upset week.
you can say so to a certain extent, but
Okay. Stop it. Let me just get started. Let me start the show right off. We're gonna jump, eh? Like I say yesterday, like I said yesterday, we were missing our interior defensive line. I wasn't worried about it because the Kansas City Chiefs don't have that power run game that can run up the middle. But Jesus Christ, the penalties, the undisciplined of the team. McGlinchey getting beat like he steals something. Jimmy Garoppolo again with another safety because he holding the ball too long in the end zone. You have to know you're in the end zone. You have to get rid of that ball. You have to. From the time you feel that pressure in the first read in there, get the ball out your hands. It is we were hanging with the Chiefs. Again, our defense was not playing. And I'm gonna go back to again that our team does not click. We can never click. All three phases of our team cannot click. Offense can't click, defense can't click, and special teams cannot click at the same time. Defense was horrible today. Horrible. There's no way in hell you could come here and tell me that the 49ers got the number one defense in the league. No way. No way. We gave up 60 something points in the last 2 games. How that's the number one defense in the team in the league?
so are you putting that more on coaching or are your players?
Players is all about the players. What I see today was players holding um contact after the play is over, getting beat like you steal something. That's execution. You can't coach that. You know what I'm saying? McGlinchey, use a star right tackle. Supposedly, you getting beat like you steal something. I don't care if it's Frank Clark or Chris Jones. The two of them were beating him, pushed him back in Garoppolo lap. You know what I'm saying? It's just like Garoppolo had a bad game. Yeah, he had that one pick, but he was under pressure. Okay, quarterbacks do that. Mahomes show a pick. Nobody is sweat over that. You know, Jimmy had one pick. Cool, but he was cool. The run game was doing okay. Again, though, we were going on the field, couldn't execute, scoring more field goals than touchdowns. And for some reason, the defense was just not up to par today. And again, what I'm gonna say the secondary, Greenlaw went out on an injury. He didn't come back. They pick on the rookie side. I don't know why we don't. I don't care if Jimmy if Red ain't ready. He need to come in the game. Why we gonna wait until when? Till it's too late? No, we're not in first place no more. The Seattle Seahawks are in first place right now. Bring Verrett in. Traveres, I don't know what he was doing today. He need a slap. I could have reached on the field and slapped he today. I don't know what he was doing today. In Fred, blue coverage right down the middle. I don't know. Because we jumping on Kelsey. One sack. We're the we're number two in sacks in the league. And we had one sack on Patrick Mahomes. After what I watched with the Bills pressuring Mahomes, we had one sack. We're missing our interior defensive lineman. We need our interior defensive lineman back. And we get blown at the end. The game was tight up to the end, but we get blown after the safety. That was it. It
But
was
I mean, that game, you saw the difference between a more established head coach in the league and Andy Reid against a known upcoming defensive coordinator in what's his name, in Demico Ryans.
no, 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 no,
And yeah, Andy Reid ate his lunch.
no, no,
And
no,
he
no,
ate
no.
his lunch because he had
No,
an answer.
I wouldn't go.
No,
I
I'm gonna say,
wouldn't
I'm
put
gonna
it
say
on
eat
the
the
coach.
lunch.
I wouldn't put
Nah,
it on the coaching and
execution,
Yeah, no,
staff.
I put on a coach, but
execution, KG,
but
execution, KG, because you execution. You
but
know what
the
I'm saying?
game plan, it was a good game plan.
It was a good game, and I know it's gonna be a
Good
chess
game
match.
plan.
It was the
Good
same thing in the
game
Super
plan.
Bowl. It was a brilliant chess match. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Right,
chess match, and Reid is a great coach. I ain't gonna give it to him. I
right.
can give it to him. He's a great coach. We have a great defense. We had two great defensive coordinators, Salah, and we got D'Amico Ryans now. We play a hell of a games. But at the end of the day, again, I'm gonna go back to when we played against Chicago the first game of the season. 10 penalties, that 10 penalties for 90 something yards. We had 9 against Chicago for 90 something yards. You cannot win when you give Patrick Mahomes time to stay on the field. Everybody know that.
That's an undisciplined,
Everybody know that. Undisciplined, I guess.
undisciplined. That's an
I
undisciplined
guess. You
play.
know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You
you
know,
can't be
uh,
having penalties like
you
that too
can't
often.
be undisciplined when you want to be an NFC champion, when you want to be a Super Bowl champion. You can't be undisciplined. If we make it to, okay, we could beat the NFC. All right. When you go up against the Chiefs and the Bills and them kind of caliber, you can't be undisciplined. Them guys are score 40, 50 points a game. You give them, man, you give Josh Allen the time you give Mahomes today, he eat your lunch. You give Lamar the time you give Mahomes today, he eat your lunch. You give Burrow the time you give Mahomes today, he eat your lunch. You know what I'm saying? You have to look at that. They're gonna eat your lunch if they stay on the field. You know what I'm saying? Go okay. Looking at right now in the season, the Eagles are undefeated. You give Hurts the time on the field, he gonna eat your lunch. You have to be disciplined. 3rd and 20, and you gonna give them a first down on a
Yeah, that's true.
screenplay with
Mhm.
our elite defense like we have? No, no, no.
I think the turning point of that game was when Jimmy threw that pick in the end zone because you guys could have easily went up what 21 could have
We'd have
easily
been
went
up 21. We'd have been up 21
21-7,
14,
21
21
14.
14.
Yeah, exactly, and
Going,
then
going,
moment
going, going
right,
into the
going
half.
to
We
the
had
half,
the momentum going
momentum
into
would
the
have been
half.
in your favor. I think the
Even if
fact
we,
that they got
even
that
if
pick,
even if we had scored a field goal,
right, exactly,
going in 16 and 14, if we had
right,
put points on the board, we'd have
right.
had that momentum. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think that was the turning point of the game.
Right. We special teams the same thing though. Hufanga pick off the ball, we ain't do nothing. We get a field goal.
Hmm.
Special teams fumble the ball, we get a ball back. He try interception. It's these kind of things that people are
Capitalizing on
right.
turnovers.
People can't blame. That's not Shanahan. That's not
Yeah,
coaching.
exactly. That's true.
That's not coaching. You know what I'm saying? That's not coaching. He had Jeff Wilson wide open in the flat. But because he know his first read is Kittle, that's the only place he look. Granted, now granted, you were under pressure. So you had no time to
That's a hot
read
read.
your right. You had no time to read your progression. So you know your first look is Kittle, pressure in your face. He tried to throw it, he couldn't get there. I understand that. I give it to him. I'm not blaming Jimmy for that interception. You were under pressure. Two man come free. You were under pressure. You tried to float it over, but you had two people in the same spot, right? Because Kittle, if the play had developed, Kittle would have been farther down in the corner of the end zone. You had two people in the same spot. The underneath guy just jump up and pick the ball. I ain't blaming him. It was a lot of pressure. I really ain't blaming the game on Jimmy. It's just the penalties. The defense was horrendous. Again, for the second time in 2 weeks. We get back a lot of starters, but we had a lot of mistakes. We don't have our interior defensive lineman, so you're counting on the edge guys to bring this pressure. One sack, one sack. That's all I'm gonna say. One sack. Mahomes ain't even scrambled no time in this game, KG. No time shooting. He ain't scrambled not once because there was no pressure on him. Period. Period.
You
If
see,
anybody want to tell me anything different, then them could come and tell me. Execution,
you see,
execution,
this
execution.
game, this game, not to throw, not to throw Jimmy, not to say Jimmy is bad at anything, but this game kind of show you the difference between a good quarterback and an elite quarterback.
I
True.
agree.
For the same reason you see,
True.
Mahomes will make you pay for your mistakes.
That's true.
Jimmy didn't make you pay for your mistakes today.
Right.
As the same thing you said, you had to settle for field goals when
Hmm.
Mahomes made you take a
Hmm.
touchdown.
Capitalizing on mistakes.
It comes from. That's why I said today we all were here on the Xbox watching the game. It wasn't to say bad coaching or anything. You just saw elite quarterback versus a good quarterback. An elite quarterback took advantage of the defense. Don't matter, like you say, when you don't put pressure on Mahomes, he gonna carve you up. Todd, only great teams gonna convert on third and 20 on screens.
On 20.
Only great
With-
teams that's get that do because the lineman in the right spot, this and that, this and that. That does only
and they
happen.
they understand blocking assignments.
They it only happens to
Right.
great teams. If say another team do it, they're only getting
Five
after
yards.
5 yards.
Yes, that's it.
Or then you
Like,
get
like,
ineligible man don't feel or some
Exactly.
nonsense like that.
Exactly.
like the San Francisco 49ers.
Exactly. But I don't. But you guys are still got good team. I don't want to see that thing.
No, but we just execute the screenplays, but every time we run a screenplay, we don't have that elite blocking. Like I tell y'all today, I watching these men run the screenplays and it's elite blocking down the field.
But
Usually,
Elite.
I mean, in them screens is usually the center is your lead blocker, you know. So if you don't
but you
have an
see,
elite center,
no. But that brought me to my next point. As me, KG, what me, and you were talking about today. You could tell the difference again in a very good offensive line in Kansas City and a very average line in
the San Fran,
San Fran. If
yeah,
you take away Trent Williams, the next best person on that line is supposed to be McGlinchey.
right,
And if you look at McGlinchey today, if he's the next best player on that line, then San Fran in trouble.
right.
Because Garoppolo is not the one that moves around in the pocket. He's a pocket passer. So we saw two things today. A very good elite quarterback versus a good quarterback, and a very good offensive line versus an average line. And then the
Average,
third point,
average rate tackle.
well, think it the safety thing come off of Trent Williams side.
Okay.
Whether Garoppolo should have traded away or not, he blew past Trent Williams.
Hmm.
So that it seems like it's gonna happen all the time, but yeah, the second go down to Trent Williams. The third thing, as Sheen alluded to, you saw undisciplined defense versus a defense that bend and don't break.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs bend, but they didn't break. That's why the 49ers settled
Field
for
goals.
field goals. The 49ers defense bend and then they break because they either give up a penalty or a big deep pass or something.
Yeah, talk about that.
And the thing about it is like like we talked about it last week. You lost the game to Atlanta. We could have said that yeah, it was 7 defensive starters out. But the NFL don't feel for nobody that got starters out. The NFL don't
Mm-hmm.
feel for if you're playing bad. No, as Shane just said, it cringy teeth to say the Seahawks and Fuss. Next week, they got to play the Rams. Somehow the Rams pull this off.
We done
The
the bottom again,
49ers
though.
further down exactly.
Exactly.
So it's not like you got time to say it's only we can fix things. These races a lot closer than a lot of people expect, and you need to separate yourself. No, So like and like we said, like we talk about today, the only team that kind of separate themselves outside them division is the Vikings. Whether or not they're a good team or not, they're the only team that separate themselves. The Eagles may be 6-0, but the Giants right on them ass. The
Exactly.
Cowboys 4-2, so
Right
it's
there.
not like they're just thing. The
Ewok.
NFC, the NFC West, creme. Say we
Mm-hmm.
want, say what we want about the NFC. So all the teams under 500, but all the teams right there in it. So if you ain't able to sort out what you need to sort out, then you could be looking at from first place to last place in a blink of a week or two.
And that's the only good thing about it is that the race is so tight still. You know what I'm saying? It's still tight. Or nobody in our division have a winning record. Nobody. You either 500 or you're losing, right?
Right.
Everybody 3-3 or 3-4. We 3-4. The Cardinals 3-4. The Seahawks is now 4-3.
Four
Okay,
and
so they
three.
got they got a
Mm-hmm.
winning record now. The Rams now on a bye. Them got players next week, right? We already beat the Seahawks. So if we win next week, I don't know when the Seahawks got a bye or whatever. But now we really you're looking at the league like, as a fan. We really looking at like we really trailing to the Seahawks. Really, really, really.
But you see, I mean, that's good. They good drafting. Good. I mean, that's a good head coach out there too, as well. I mean, we all thought that actually the Seahawks would have been the last team in that division, being that the last Russell Wilson. But looking at it now, they are first place in the division. I
It,
mean, I
it's sick.
mean, I mean, you gotta give credit to Pete Carroll in the gym because they drafted well, got good rookies. The rookies playing well. The team is playing well. That's a
And
well coached
and,
team.
and probably the most surprising thing about it is the most
No,
valuable position
great at
is
quarterback.
playing well.
Mm-hmm.
They just beat a team that Parsons expect to go very far in the AFC
Exactly. Exactly.
race. And they ain't just beat them by like scrape through. They
Right.
dominate them for the whole game. A team
With
that everybody
with
think
one
that
of,
could make Super
right.
Bowl in the AFC.
With one of their
This,
best players being injured in Metcalf.
you know what? Mark my word from now. This today. Today is what? The 23rd of October. Mark my words today. We play the Rams next week. I expect us to beat the Rams, right? Well, how I gauge football is how my other division opponents do against the teams that we playing. We got the Chargers right after we come out the bay. If we don't spank the Chargers like the Seahawks spank the Chargers,
Well, it depends
it
because
depends on nothing.
The Chargers
It
might
don't-
have Keenan Allen back
One
and a
man,
few other weapons
He,
back.
no, he
one
was
man.
back today. Keenan Allen
Oh,
was
But
back today.
okay, he was
but
back.
that,
He
Yeah.
played
but
it.
this is first game back.
He play.
From
This
what?
is first game back.
He played though. He played. They say he first game for the season. He was playing. He was playing.
We'll see.
I got. This is how I judge it. We should do just as good as how our other adversaries do against our schedule.
It's week by week.
We can say what we want.
Week by
When
week.
I have that ceiling, we should be, if not the number one team in NFC West, the number two team in NFC West. We should
Right.
be, right? The Seahawks should be numbers down the Mendoza. I got Arizona and the Seahawks down the bottom of the NFC West, where they belong.
Mm-hmm.
The Seahawks just put up 30 something points against the Chargers. 30 something points.
Yep.
We just add McCaffrey to our offense. Granted, today was his first game, and he looked good when he played. Now we have next week, a bye week. Then we got the Chargers. That's 3 weeks McCaffrey have with us. I don't have no excuses. That's where he is. That Chargers game, I don't
I
have
think
no
the difference
excuses.
is I think the difference is that
Wow.
not
Gino's a better quarterback than
that
Garoppolo?
not better, but Gina is playing better than Garoppolo.
Huh.
No,
I
I
think Garoppolo.
wouldn't go
I
that
think
far.
I
Look,
no. I think Garoppolo.
Garoppolo
I
played
think
good.
Garoppolo having a. I think Garoppolo
Garoppolo
having a
played
great
good.
season.
He
Yeah,
plays
Garoppolo
plays good.
played good today, but
Plays good.
you can't
But
ask Garoppolo to
Gino,
play to score 4 points. I wouldn't put that on
not no
Garoppolo
run
the
first
same
team.
thing.
Not no run first team
Exactly.
occasion. Not no run
So
first team.
it's not.
But
But can remember, Gino played good today. But if you watch the game, right, Kenneth Walker had 168 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. That's not Geno Smith. That's Kenneth Walker
that's
and the running game. They abuse the Chargers in the run game, not the pass. If you go look at Geno's stats,
so I
he did
expect
what he
that
was
same.
supposed to
I
do.
expect that same output out of our running game. 'Cause I think we have a better running game than the Seahawks. We
Kenneth
build for the run
Walker.
game.
You
Understand?
do have a better running game. You do have a better running game.
We build for the running game. So I expect to have 180 something yards rushing with our running game, and then we have Grappler to manage the passing game as well against the Chargers. And that's the exact same thing I want to see. If we, I can just leave it as that. You know what I'm
And
saying? That's what I expect.
The Seahawks ain't win that game at home. They went to SoFi Stadium
Okay,
and beat the Chargers at their home.
okay, right? Okay,
So you could look at it from tons of things. I think the thing that bugs me with the 49ers, I know Shane would always say that, yeah, they injured and so, but a lot of teams injured too. But I think what bugs me with the 49ers, teams that you're supposed to beat, you're supposed to beat.
You should
yep.
be there.
The
I
49ers
understand.
lose.
FPS game.
The 49ers lose two games that they should have won.
Yeah.
The Bears and the
Right?
Falcons.
And the
Yep.
Falcons. Yeah.
And the Falcons. You
Mhm.
better hope that don't come back to haunt you, because those are also
That's
conference two
conference game.
conference games, right? So you look at it from division to conference wins and those kinds of stuff. Good teams beat the teams you're supposed to beat. You
Mhm.
don't let them stick around and those
I know.
stuff.
I hear me say that all the time, eh? Like I tell KZ the other day, KZ, you can say it like again. I can repeat it again. You just say you got easy schedule, but you win in those games. You
Mhm.
doing what you
Right,
expected to do is to win
right,
those games. That's why you're 5-0, whatever you is. Nobody can knock you because that's your schedule. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But you're gonna win those games. You got teams that get easy schedules, can't win a damn game.
Yeah, win.
Can't win it. You
Mhm.
winning
and
those
then
games.
and then it's like I said, the so it's also like what Shane say. The team just don't click all together. Another example of good team is if I know seven defensive starters out on defense, the offense got to step up.
Correct.
You have to step up.
We can't do it.
In that game against Atlanta,
It didn't.
you heard Shane cussing all the time. The offense they were okay, but okay can't win your games
You
when
can't
you're
be
supposed
okay.
to step
You
up.
drop, you're dropping two big passes that could have turned the game. Two major passes
Exactly.
that
Game
could have
changing
turned the game.
plays.
You know what I'm saying? It's just yeah.
But I do think McCaffrey gonna give you guys a big boost once he's comfortable. I mean, he was there. He came to you guys on Friday. He
He
tried to
has
learn as much as
right.
possible to
He's a smart guy.
think. Right.
The man had 2 days to learn the playbook. And
He
next
I think
Saturday, and next Saturday that there was some corrections made. You know, he came out, they added him out in one of the just Usyk actually tell him, Go there,
With
go
the
there, go there
lineup.
with the
yeah,
lineup. You know what I'm
because
saying?
yeah.
Right? So that's good. Give him
You
some
can't
more
expect him. You can't expect him to just learn
right.
everything one time.
He has 60 something yards overall today. That's pretty
Exactly.
good.
Exactly.
That's a good output. You know what I'm saying? He has 60 something yards overall. My thing is I ain't too worried right now, really and truly to you guys, because it's early. It's still early, and the league is still within reach. If the teams were out, like if somebody went NFC West were like the Eagles,
Like five
five
and
and
one.
oh, five
Yeah.
and one, I'd have been worried. I'd have
Yeah.
been
But
worried. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worried.
name your next five opponents.
The Rams,
That's
we
Mhm.
have
yeah.
a bye,
Uh
That's
huh.
winnable.
right? Then we have the Chargers after
Uh
the
huh.
Winnable.
bye, right? And then I'm coming to you. The Rams, the bye, the Chargers, um, the Cardinals,
Uh
Winnable.
huh.
the Saints,
Winnable.
Four and
the
one more.
Dolphins. That's
Okay,
probably
Winnable.
the
that's
toughest.
okay. So
That's the
that's
toughest one.
five.
Right. That's
That's
five.
Wait, so
five. Yes, sir.
you probably gonna go 4-1 coming out of that.
Right.
Correct.
So you just say the Rams, the
Rams, the
Chargers,
Chargers, the
Cardinals,
Cardinals, the
Right.
Saints,
Saints, and the
and the
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Right.
Right. So, like you see, you got a boy week after next week after you play the Rams. McCaffrey should be way more comfortable after the boy
Right.
week. You guys got it because the division so tight. But it's like you see, you get 4 or 5 there, you guys good. You
Right.
easy going, but it's
Right.
easier said than done because no, you put yourself in the position that you got to win 4 or 5
You have to win it.
with
Exactly.
losses at Chicago and Atlanta. If you had wins in Chicago and Atlanta, you could have probably said, okay, 3-2,
Right.
this
You
and
know,
that.
even break even, we'd have been all right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it
So
don't the schedule don't look bad coming up, but you have to win the games that you're supposed to win. And they're gonna go farther than after the Miami Dolphins. You got the Buccaneers. Look at the Buccaneers playing now. We should destroy the Buccaneers.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? After the Buccaneers, you got the Seahawks. We beat them the first time. Yeah, they're playing good now, But for some reason, I think we have them numbered this year. Maybe that's an iffy game. After that, you got the Washington Commanders. Really,
Hmm?
really, really. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the Raiders. That might be a tough one, but I think we can get the Raiders. I just think we can get the Raiders. That's and then we have the Cardinals again. We could really do good coming down to the end of the season. And it early. That's why I was like, that's why I was telling y'all like these injuries happen early. Like good, we could get back our good players coming down to the end as long as nobody don't get out for the season.
I make a,
Mosley was probably our biggest hit, but we got Verrett on the back lane. You know what I'm saying? Verrett is a solid fit to come in. If he stay healthy for the rest of the season, we good. He ain't play today. Maybe he play next week, or maybe them just don't wait till maybe we don't play him against the Rams because the Rams only got Cooper Cup, right? So we hold him out, make sure he good, that knee good, and then we bring him back after the bye. He get all these 3 weeks now to thing, and then we come back fully healthy after the bye week, and we come back to that number one defense again against the Chargers. Then you got Arizona, the Saints, you know, in Miami.
right.
So it's like I could see it, but when I watching them play in the 10 penalties for 90 something yards, that's what killing me. That's what killing me.
Yeah, I think like the there's no cause for concern in San Fran as in if you had a panic meter would probably be 1 or 2 or 10. There ain't no cause for
I ain't panicking. Ain't no panicking yet.
panicking.
Ain't
Right.
Ain't,
panicking
no,
yet.
ain't time to panic yet.
No,
That's
ain't
what I say.
panicking yet.
So 10 would mean that you really panic. A panic meter probably at a 1. If you had to
Yeah,
put up on 1.
I think
Because
it's more frustration and panicking right now.
yeah, it's self-inflicted wounds.
Yep.
And but like I said, the thing about it is that so far you guys got one of the things that we look at that you're a little skeptical is that we have a hard time trying to win the games that we're supposed to.
Right.
And the key for them, like you said, them next 5 games, you got three of them 5 games is divisional opponents.
Correct.
Divisional opponents. The games that you have to win is in the division. No
And
matter what you think.
we've been doing a good job. We've been doing a good job in our division, right? I think if we could win our division, that's automatic first place, right? But this is the games that we're supposed to win. Like we supposed to win the game against the Saints. We're supposed to win the game against the Buccaneers. And then the
Mhm.
games that we don't win, and
And
that's
that's
all
the thing. That's the thing
that's our
about it.
trend. That's our trend. That's our trend. That's our trend. And that's the thing that they kill me. That's the thing that they kill me with the fine and that. We have a trend of not winning the games that we're supposed to win. And that'll piss me off. That'll piss me off. We should have
So
we should I think we should have beat the Chiefs today. I think we should have beat the Chiefs today. We started off really nice against the Chiefs. We got undisciplined. We had opportunities. We pick off Mahomes. How much teams to pick off Mahomes? We pick him off early. We didn't score. We didn't score anything. Look at the score. We look at the drives coming down. If I look at the drives coming down, if you really break down the drives that the finals had today,
In the
coming
first half.
in the not even the first half, the second half too. We drive the ball on them. We was driving the ball and I'm trying to pull it up. We were driving the ball on them. Drives. First quarter, 10 plays, 38 rush yards, field goal. Second drive, 4 plays, 4 rush yards, 30 pass yards, touchdown. Right? That's the first quarter.
mm,
Second quarter, 10 plays, 22 rush yards, field goal. Another thing, what it was? This was intercept. That was the interception. Third quarter, field goal. Another field goal. Fourth quarter, touchdown. Nothing there. Nothing there. That was it. It's the field goals. You know what I'm saying? Turn them field goals into touchdowns. Turn them field goals into touchdowns. The two killers, the interception, what we had, we turned into a field goal. The the special teams fumble that we
mhm.
had, we turned into a field goal. You have to make them turn into touchdowns against the Kansas City Chiefs. Any other team, okay, right? Our defense gonna step up. We gonna hold. We gonna put points on the boards. But though against the Chiefs, against the Bills, against the Ravens, against those guys that have those elite quarterbacks that could score points, that put up 40 points a game, we have to
Mhm.
score touchdowns. Have to score touchdowns. That's my big problem. It's always been my big problem with the finals for years going back. Figo, 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 Figo. You always hear me cussing about that shit. Is the reason why Pete Carroll have that great record against the finals. Because all we do against the Seahawks in the past was 3 points here, 6-0, 9-0. Then Russell Wilson come down, bomb the field on the field, 7-9. Then the next play after that, he another touchdown, 14-9, game over.
But like she did say, is a tale of you have a great quarterback capitalizing on the mistakes the
Correct.
other team made, and you have
Mm-hmm.
a
Correct.
quarterback who's somewhat mediocre, not capitalizing on the
Mm-hmm.
But
mistakes the other
and
team
you're
Yep.
made.
right. I can say 50-50 on that, right? Because he is in a position to make the pay for it. But then when you get a hole that puts you at first and 20, you know what I'm saying? It's yeah, you saw Mahomes flip a screen pass for 2020. That don't happen a lot,
Right.
but yeah, you saw it. But when you have that position, and then the first player at the jump, you get a hole. It, that's just our mo. That's our mo. We
But
capitalize,
you don't discipline us.
right,
You're not
right.
a
We
disciplined
we get
team,
that turnover.
a
We could
sound
put a
team.
we could put a dagger. We could put a dagger on the team, and we do a holding. First and 20. You know what I'm saying? Second
But
and
you
20.
see, I think that's where McCaffrey gonna also give you guys a big boost
Right.
because the issue with probably with Jeff Wilson is he ain't got the hands to catch it.
Right.
Like there was one play that I think girl I played Troy to Wilson and you Balok. Oh,
Oh,
you
he
ain't
went
catch
in catch
that.
that. Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. He's a bruiser. He's a bruiser. You
That
use
was
the
a walk-in
bruiser,
touchdown. That was a
right?
walk-in touchdown.
He's not an all-purpose back.
Right. You the bruiser. You know what the bruisers do? Manage the game, get some heavy yardage, and you know them thing. You know, you just add an elite weapon in the backfield. Know that can catch that ball and go down in the red zone, especially.
Yeah.
Like he could walk. McCaffrey can walk the linebackers, especially. Debo, you could motion me all over. Or Yuki still got Kittle. So I think McCaffrey gonna give you guys a big boost, especially down in the red zone. That if you can't run it, you got extra pair of very good hands, good road running that you guys just pick up another because yeah, Tevin Coleman ain't that player either, and we know Jefferson is ain't a pass catching back. Now you got McCaffrey added to the mix. That should help you guys a whole lot. So I don't think it's like you say. You gotta clean up the flags, the penalties.
Yeah. Like I
You
said,
got to. You have to.
I'm not panicking right now. I was calm through the whole game because I know it was a 50-50 game. I said it Saturday night. I know it was a 50-50 game. The Chiefs is a tough opponent. It's a 50-50 game. If you don't execute, you're not gonna win it. But going on this stretch, like next week, I expect us to win that game. I expect us to beat the Rams. We own the Rams in the regular season. We should beat the Rams, right? Now, if we lose the Rams, then you're gonna see me come unglued. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm gonna start coming unglued. Then we go into the bye week, you're gonna see me start to be in that panic mode because now we have to go out in. Can I put us at 3-5,
Hmm.
Yep.
right? No, you have to go out and win out. You know what I'm saying? And we did it last year, but how much times we can have to do that? You gotta put stress on your players. And then when you come to the playoffs, it's a different story because now you gotta play 3 games in the playoffs. I like that by week, that first by week you can rest, you're coming fresh, you're coming hot. You know what I'm saying? Now you
Well,
gotta play
as
one,
well.
two, three. That what happened last year. Like I told y'all last year. I said if we gotta play the Rams 3 times this season, we're not gonna beat them the third time. It's
They
hard.
take, they take away two teams are getting by weeks now, so only one team getting a
Only
boy.
one thing can buy.
Exactly.
So that even worse. 17 game season and only one team getting a boy.
Hmm.
So, but like Shane said, we just gotta. I mean, that game just got really way more critical next week because of where they're at now at 3-4.
Right.
So I mean, we can easily look and say it should be a walkover, which it should. But That's why you play the game
Absolutely.
because what leads me to the next thing is we all thought Tampa Bay was going to walk over Carolina based on what we saw Monday with the Robbie Anderson trade and then the Friday the Christian McCaffrey trade. And we know Tampa Bay was struggling, but a 21-3 defeat by the hands of the Carolina Panthers, PJ Walker, Chuba Hubbard, Dante Foreman, the defense, that's a lot different. And like you said, the main thing I told KG today was now you're gonna see people walk the offense. That's the main thing. Persons are gonna walk the offense because you're not reliant on giving the ball to McCaffrey. The defenses just can't zone in on McCaffrey. No, you gotta play. No, you gotta watch. No, you gotta actually play offense. And like again, not San Fran. Tampa Bay was down cornerbacks today. Sean Murphy Bunting, Carlton Davis was down. But they still had Vita Vea and Levante David and Bush and all them fellas. The offense still had the offense still had Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and all them fellas.
Right.
So I'm not gonna listen and say that this and that. The Panthers play. What I saw today was I was very very proud of a team that played for each other. And Saturday's show we talked about McCaffrey going to San Fran, and it it stung because how what he does for the Panthers, but I'm just very proud of how the Panthers played today. And there's a reason we didn't take two first round picks for Brian Bones because the defense is the core of the Panthers. The defense.
But that's
Right.
I
what you
don't
say
care.
you wanted though.
That's what I'm saying. No. I like is if I was in the GM and you offer me two first round picks, it's hard to reject it because a quarterback usually goes for like three first rounds. A 24-year-old defensive end goes for two. But then again, too, Shane, I watched that with the first round picks coming because if they're late in the
True. It
first round,
depends. It depends on who give you the first
exactly.
rounds. Right. Right.
Because
I
look,
agree.
you know what you're getting it, Brian Bones, a Pro Bowl perennial Pro player. You
Stop.
can't offer
Right.
me a
Yeah.
first round pick that like 27th. You
Right.
ain't getting a Brian Bones with that. You gotta hit there, you gotta damn near hit there out of the ballpark picking somebody. Now, if you tell me I had a chance to get Will Anderson to replace Brian Bones or Byron Murphy from Clemson, then
Yeah.
yeah. But you
Right.
ain't gonna offer me a first round pick that gonna be like 25th, 26th. And I gotta go search for a defensive end and hope he turn out to be something like a Brian Bones.
Right.
So I remember I was telling you guys you're gonna have to give a first round pick to get DJ Moore or Brian Bones or take we gotta see what the picks is first before you do it. And if three of us are head coaching candidates to replace Steve Wilkes as the thing, you just don't want to go and head coach a team that you ain't got nothing. You gotta build everything over.
You ain't got nothing to work with it.
Right.
No
Whoever
building.
head coach coming in know they got a defense here that could be really, really good, as evidence
Mm-hmm.
today. You got Brian Bones. You had Derek Brown plugging up the middle. Leonard Fournette couldn't do nothing. You had Frankie Louvu and Shaq Thompson. You had Dante Jackson. Remember, Jeremy Chin is out on IR with a hamstring injury.
Yeah.
JC Hahn is out with a ribs injury. Imagine when those two come back. You got something to work with on defense. And all of them are under 25 years old. So you legit on the defensive side, and all you need to do is find a quarterback, find an offensive mind that can walk the offense, pick up a tight end that's valuable, and probably another receiver, and you don't know what could happen. You could make a big change easily. If you guys KG, if you go and watch the game, PJ Walker wasn't doing nothing special. He was
Right.
just doing what he was supposed to do. He made some really good throws down the field, which I couldn't understand, and that's why I got angry last week The Panthers didn't want to win last week. I think they were just showcasing McCaffrey to show that he's healthy.
Right.
Because if you watch what they were doing against the Rams, they just force feed him everything. Today they had a plan. They made adjustments. They ran the ball with Foreman and Hubbard. We had 173 rushing yards. DJ Moore targeted 11 times. Where was that all the time? Tommy Trimble was involved. Terrence Marshall was involved. We looked like a. And remember, I tell you, I would love to see Donald as a quarterback because the offense can actually open up more. They wouldn't call players for PJ Walker that they'd be afraid to call it, but they would call it for Donald. You understand? Because he's more of a quarterback, PJ Walker thing. So I do believe that, yes, I was, you heard me say it last week and the week before, oh, we're looking at quarterbacks, we tanking and this and that.
Right.
Now we one game behind Tampa and Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And who do we have next week? Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
If we win that game against Atlanta next week and Tampa loses to Baltimore, do you know who's first place in the division? The Carolina Panthers, because then we'll be 3-0 in our division. We'll beat Tampa, the Saints, and Atlanta. So what a ton of event. You can't shake that defense. I was not tampering with that defense. Fix the offense in the off season. You still need a quarterback. I don't care. You still need one. Now my question becomes this. Suppose we kind of pull off some more victories and end up pushing ourselves to the mid-teens. What are you gonna do with that first round pick? Because
You got to
by
trade up.
mid-team, CJ Stroud gone, Bryce Young gone, and Will Levis gone.
You got to trade up. You got to trade up.
But what about taking a chance on Anthony Richardson or Hendon Hooker?
You
Again,
are
that,
you willing to take a chance on that? Are you looking for the sure bet?
my thing is, I ain't the
Question.
person's running the team.
But at the same time, I mean, it depends on who the head coach is too. Is he willing
Cause
to take
look,
a chance?
exactly, exactly.
Is Anthony Richardson his guy, or will he decide? Well, I ain't trying to develop these dudes. I have a team who has building blocks, who ready to move forward. Let's see if we could trade up and see if we could get
So
our franchise
my question,
quarterback. Let's
my
move forward.
question is, if the top four picks in the draft are Detroit, uh, Washington, and for instance, another team that's weak. Give me another team that weak
Texans,
right now.
Texans,
And
Texans.
Texans. Suppose they're like the top three teams in the draft. All three of them going quarterback,
I'm maybe the Colts.
or even the Colts.
Right.
We ain't bypassing them.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it comes down to the evaluation process too. Who's going to evaluate the quarterback? If you take yourself out of the running for a top three pick to get Bryce Young, Will Levis, or CJ Stroud, who's next up? Is Anthony Richardson that high ceiling person?
Sure.
Is Hendon Hooker the real deal? I don't know. Like you said, the surefire ones is those three ones there.
Exactly.
But then again, my thing about all of this was I was worried. Yeah, I was laughing and saying I looking at quarterbacks. No, but we were only 6 games into the season. You got 11 more games to play. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
expect the Panthers to lose 11 more games
Mm-hmm.
because I keep telling you guys the defense is too good of a team. The defense is too good. Remember, we were in the game for the Bronx. The old fella for the kick a 58-yard field goal, and then them call roughing the passer and all kind of nonsense. So just imagine if that went our way. That was a win. Graham got no kick a 55-yard field goal to beat us. If we had that, the only games we really lose is the 49ers and the Cardinals we should have win. And then if we should have beat the Cardinals, yeah, we should have beat them. And
You
then the
should, yeah,
Rams,
you
The
should have been
Giants
there.
too. Giants too.
right? And the Rams, we were dominating. The Rams is just like I told you guys, I don't think that we were actually trying to. I think we are actually trying to showcase McCaffrey for that trade. We were showcasing them. So the team, Steve, remember, if I tell Shane as an owner, Shane, you're the interim head coach, you have a chance to get the head coaching job. Shane's job is to win,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mhm.
That's Steve Wilkes' job. He ain't there to progress no player and those. So yeah, you want to progress the young players, but his job is to win. He's trying to get the head coaching job. And looking at that today, those guys played for. I will show you guys. I'll send you in our chat a video of like in the locker room after the game. If you watch that, you would believe that he was the guy Denzel and remembering the Titans. The way they were acting. I'll tell you. I'll show it to you after. That's how it was. Like you could have feel it. He gave out the game ball to PJ Walker, and then out of nowhere, David Tepper came in and say, "We got a special game ball, and that's for you." And you don't want to see how the players react to that. Like they want to play for Steve Wilkes. Like they're so dialed in. And like all of them been saying this week, yeah, we know it hurt that McCaffrey was gone, but it's a business. It's a
Mm-hmm.
business. You can't hold your head because at the end of the day, they actually happy that McCaffrey gone to a team that can contend for a Super Bowl. So it's not like they throw him after a trash team and he can't do
Right.
nothing. He has a
Exactly.
chance to play for something. And not taking it away from the Panthers, it's just that the 49ers are much further along than the Panthers. But remember, like I told you guys this. With McCaffrey going, let's see how bad or actually how good this offense could be. Because we are so reliant on everything just giving it to him, giving it to him, giving it to him. Parsons got to step up. I never doubt that defense. And I got a good feeling we could beat Atlanta next week when you're going to have JC Hahn back. And we could be, I don't know who the quarterback will be because Baker looked like he's set to come back. Donna looked like he's set to come back. And PJ Walker there. And Steve Wilkes just said in the press conference, it's going to be hard for him to take PJ Walker out of the game. Are you really gonna leave him go again, or are you gonna say that Donald is better or Baker is better? So I don't know what can happen.
I agree with Steve Wilkes. I will leave PJ Walker run to him.
He played like a prop. He played really good today.
Yeah. So why take him out? It's like that's
He's a
I'd be torn. I'd be torn when it comes
he's
It's
a
to
hot
hard.
hand.
Yeah, it's hard.
He's
It's
a hot
hard.
you know
man.
what I'm saying?
It's hard.
It's the same
Right.
thing with
So
the Patriots.
right.
My,
You're right.
That
like,
Same thing with the
that is a
Patriots.
hot hand. You know what I mean? But where you start Mac Jones for? I understand Mac Jones was your draft pick,
It's the same thing
but
with the Cowboys too.
the Cowboy. I mean,
Right.
nah, but
It
we
is.
nah, but nah, but hold on. We know
What?
Dak is a much better, by far better quarterback than Cooper Rush.
no, but
Right. But Cooper Rush is winning games. But Cooper
I was
Rush is
gonna
winning
tell you
games.
today,
understand that.
Shane. You know what I was gonna tell you today, Shane. I think the issue with benching Dak is what one of analysts say. How you gonna explain benching a $40 million quarterback?
Exactly.
Why would you have to? Winning games explains it.
40 million.
Winning games explains it.
Yeah,
So
understand. When they
so
give explains it, but
you ready to admit that it was wrong for you to give him 40 million?
Yeah. If
Cooper Rush
because
Cooper
because
Rush
I mean,
is
let's
a long term type of quarterback.
right,
He
right,
ain't. He
right.
ain't.
We know that, but you can't look long term when you got this right here in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Cooper Rush win what? 5 games?
No, no,
4 games?
he went four this year. Yeah, he
Win
five
four
and
games.
something like how he won a game last year. Yeah,
Right.
but
Right. So,
he
but he
won
win
four
four
this
games
week.
straight. So
Yeah,
Dak is coming off. Dog, I would have sit Dak and keep playing Cooper Rush until Cooper Rush show me that you peak. You at your peak, I need to bring back in Dak. And
but
nobody would have complained because
I
Dallas
think
Cowboys would have been winning
no.
games.
but
I think
oh, okay. So, but who do you
people
think?
played
Okay,
after that Philadelphia game. I think they said, you know what?
but that's the thing.
We had enough of
That's the
Cooper Rush.
thing.
That
But
was it. That was it.
we
That Philadelphia
blindsided.
game was the realize they said, you know what?
We
We need to get Dak ready right now.
but we also blindsided by the fact that they won the game today. So it's not like they lost.
Yeah, exactly.
They won the
Right.
game.
It's Dak
Let
first
me.
game back. Dak
Okay,
first
so
game back.
they won 24-6. Dak's thing was 19 or 25, 207 yards,
That's
one
good.
touchdown.
That's very
Mhm.
good.
It's not bad. It's not like
First
he,
game
he
back.
played
First
like
game
shit.
back after injury.
Right.
Exactly.
He didn't play bad. That was good.
Now you're gonna see
So
the offense make strides next week.
the next game, who's the next game? Week
No,
8.
you could actually attack down the field now. You ain't gonna rely
But I'm more attacking. They're more attacking on the field all the time.
Maybe Cooper
But
Casey.
look,
Rush.
but look who they're playing
Yes.
next
Maybe
week.
Cooper Rush. No,
They're
no, no,
playing
no, no. Not
they're
20.
playing the Bears. They're playing the Bears next week. So that ain't
Mm,
really a test either.
yeah,
Because you
true.
don't look at your game here. Look
No,
at the
no, no,
games before.
no,
He
no.
was attacking on
Cooper
the
Rush,
field.
Cooper Rush ain't going that far.
No.
Cooper Rush ain't got that
That
arm.
team. So let me ask you something. That team against the game against the Rams, Cooper Rush
Cooper
had nothing
Rush.
to do in that game. The
Cooper Rush ain't
Rams,
attack.
the
Cooper
Cowboys defense
exactly,
torment
exactly.
Stafford.
Cooper Rush ain't attacking down no field.
But
Give that
that's
credit.
Stafford.
You
That's
can't, you
Stafford.
can't. Cooper Rush is you can't give Cooper Rush that credit. I'm not giving Cooper Rush that credit.
Okay, so let me try to justify Shane argument here. He come in week two. Week two, the Cowboys played. Who they played? The Cowboys played the Bengals. They won 17-20. Cooper Rush had 19 or 31, 235 yards, one touchdown.
Hmm.
A quarterback rating of 95.5.
Okay.
All right. Week three, the Cowboys played the Giants 123-16.
The
Cooper Rush,
Giants,
yeah. Cooper Rush had 21 of 31, 215 yards, one touchdown.
100
Uh,
and something put quarterback rating.
98,
Okay.
98.2 quarterback rating. Week four, the Cowboys played the Commanders 125-10. Cooper Rush had 15 of 27, 223 yards, two touchdowns, and 107.5 quarterback rating. Week five, the Cowboys had beat the Rams 22-10. Cooper Rush had 10 of 16, 102 yards. He did nothing in that game. The defense do that.
But sometimes you gotta have that. I mean, everybody that
No,
blame.
I mean,
Hold on. Everybody that basket apple for that Green Bay game. But sometimes it does happen. Sometimes it does happen. The team sucks so bad that you really don't have to go do nothing but throw two passes.
Probably that's true. And then look,
You know what I'm saying?
the game against Philly, 18
Hmm.
of 38, 181 yards, a touchdown, three interceptions.
What would the rating?
I thought it's 7.3.
Okay, so he stink up the joint. But Philly exposed him, right?
as other teams should,
But
But you
okay,
think
because
Dak?
as,
So I
as,
think Dak would have get the same exposure.
no, because the thing is, remember I tell you, you can't have Cooper Rush beat you with his arm. He ain't gonna beat
I
you.
agree with you.
So
I agree
attack
with
the
you.
run game. Make Cooper Rush try to beat you. He ain't gonna beat you.
I
That's
agree
that's
with
that's
you.
the difference. That's the difference with the other teams.
When you have a backup quarterback come in the game, you should put pressure on the backup quarterback. Period.
Right,
Point blank.
exactly. From
No
the
more
beginning.
questions asked. You should put pressure on a backup
Make
quarterback
Cooper Rush
to
have to
jump.
throw that ball. You can't have Zeke in them.
100%.
I guarantee you, for them games that Cooper Rush won, they probably average over 100 yards rushing.
I 100% Gary. I 100% agree with you.
So
100
that's
ten
so
percent.
that's a great game plan. You gotta stop there. Rushing the
But
football
only you,
behind a
only
great
you,
defense.
only you ran that game plan.
so
Right.
wait, let me ask you something,
But
Shane.
I but I a
Who
dunce. I a dunce when it comes to football.
let
So
me
you tell me
let me
the defensive coordinators can't do that?
let me ask you this: who you think gives the Cowboys the best chance to win, Rush or Deck?
I think Dak does give them best chance to win. But I, as a believer, of playing the hot hand, Shidi. Dak, and what the result of week one? What was the result of that? Cowboys. Who they play week one?
They
I
played
think
the
about
Buccaneers week one and they lost.
the last.
Right.
Yeah.
That was on a Dak.
Mm.
Look at the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers have hit nothing since. They haven't been good and they lost. You know what I'm saying? It's like and then here comes Cooper Rush. Okay, the first game you ain't got no film on Cooper Rush, blah 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 blah. But the third, the fourth, the fifth. Now the Eagles now came out straight up because they have a gangster of a head coach that came out straight up and said, "Ain't no way in hell Cooper Rush
They-
gonna beat we."
oh, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We gonna put the pressure on Cooper Rush. The other teams then play him as we gonna play our regular defense. But you got to put pressure on these backups. Anytime a backup come in, it's the same mentality as if a corner go down, where you think the ball going to the next play
Hmm.
into that same spot. So that's what
Hmm.
you do. You attack the new
The
guy.
weakness.
You know what I'm saying? You attack him. Nobody not more Cooper Rush. Put pressure on him and see what he about.
Hmm.
That what Philadelphia did, and he threw picks.
Hmm.
KG called it. I was on the Xbox chat with KG, and KG was calling it. Pressure him every time they pressure him. He threw a pick.
Exactly.
Every time they
Every,
put pressure on Cooper Rush, he
time.
threw a pick.
Every time.
Okay, that was Philadelphia. Everybody don't have a stout line like Philadelphia, a stout defense like Philadelphia. Everybody don't have, Philadelphia corners was sticking to Dallas receivers, jumping routes, doing that kind of thing. Everybody ain't gonna have that. but Cooper Rush was doing what he was supposed to do. And I think he was doing what he was supposed to do as a backup, and I think he excelled at what he was doing as a backup. Two, to the fact that we could say, let's leave Dak sit and get 110% healthy, 100% healthy, and let us keep playing Cooper Rush. There's no reason why you have to bring Dak back right after that injury when you have Cooper Rush playing. That's all I say. I ain't want to start. I ain't starting the quarterback controversy. I'm just saying that Dak could have sit and leave Cooper Rush deal until Cooper Rush start to until the teams figure out that we need to pressure Cooper Rush, and then you bring in Dak. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you're benching the $40 million quarterback, but you're still winning games. And all anybody care about is wins. That's all. Nobody care about the money on the sitting on the bench. They care about the W's.
So let me ask you this: if Trey Lance injury was about
Not if he didn't have the
5
injury.
weeks, no,
Right.
no, 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 no. If Trey Lance say like
Yeah.
he'd be scheduled to return in 5 weeks,
Mhm.
would you put him back in the game, or are you riding with Jimmy?
But I got to put him back in the game.
Why?
She them fucking safeties killing me, sweetie.
You all the work for this.
She- them
You
safeties
all the
killing me.
work for the safeties.
That's
Okay,
two. That's two.
he no man, he didn't feel the pressure from Frank Clark.
How he feel he was running, Shady? He was
Yeah,
running.
but if you look
They
at it,
say,
he
they
didn't
say,
feel
this,
him
this,
coming on, barreling
Shady,
his back.
Shady, Shady, Shady. If
He
you in
didn't
the end
feel it.
zone, Shady, if you in the end zone and you have to run, what I mean,
No, no, he rolled out of the pocket that way.
he roll, he was running.
I think the
That was
No,
reason
not a
why
roll.
the reason why you'll roll Trey Lance because in the back of your mind, you know that Trey Lance has that arm. So the offense is gonna change and the
but
But
defense is
he
KZ,
remember he
but
just said
KZ,
he
but
rolling
KZ,
with a hot hand. He rolling
but
with a hot
KZ,
hand.
but we ain't hot. This is not. We lose two in a row.
But Trey Lance performance so far in the season warrants him to come back.
I think so.
No, I don't think so. I only going at Trey Lance on potential if he was to come back this
Okay,
season.
okay, fair bet. Because he was so, we ain't seen too much of it, right? I would still leave Jimmy sitting there and then ease Shea Lance back in.
Okay, so I was just going to tell you this. Suppose you're 7-6, 7-6, 7-7. So that's 14 games. You got
Yeah.
3 or 4 more games left in the
Mhm.
season,
Hmm.
fighting for one of those last two spots.
well that spot.
Uh-huh.
Were you bringing Trey Lance was scheduled to return to
No, he
practice?
got no, he got to see the ass on the bench, man. See you
Okay,
next year.
I just
See
checking.
you,
I just checking.
see you next year.
I just checking. I just
Come in,
checking.
come in when we come in on the 2 minute one in the fourth quarter when we got the game done, seal away. Come in and do your thing to keep
Because
warm.
no, no, you see the difference is Trey Lance in Dak. Dak got
That got
evidence of what he do already in the NFL or what he can
Correct.
do, and so Trey Lance still a bit of an unknown. So the example of riding with a hot hand in Dallas don't really come to it because they know what Dak can do. Dak is a when he there, he's a elite. I don't want to say elite, but he's a very good quarterback. Then let's just put it as that. And Cooper Rush, all the tech is for a game like Philadelphia to tell you Cooper Rush is what Cooper Rush is.
hmm
If you run the ball effectively, he ain't gonna lose you the game.
hmm
That's
But
how Cooper Rush is in
if
my
you
Not
eyes.
pressure
not
him,
not not playing around with game managers, you know. As much as
No,
people like
nothing
hate on
right.
game
No,
managers,
no,
not darling like
nothing
game
wrong
manager.
with that because look, they call Jimmy a game manager, but Jimmy is a much more
Jimmy is not a
sophisticated
game manager. I tell you right now,
a
he's
game
not.
manager. They, you know, they're say so still. People always call Jimmy a game manager, but
Because he's not the flashy quarterback that everybody looking at. He ain't a Josh Allen is. He ain't a Patrick Mahomes. He ain't a.
Jimmy can't.
Uh,
So you honestly believe he could take over a game?
I think
Jimmy
so. You know. I think so. You know.
Jimmy is a top tier game manager. He's like
I
that.
don't
I
believe he
think.
could take over a game.
But he
He's
has
a
done
top
it
tier
though.
game.
He has done it though. It's rare. It's rare. But Jimmy has thrown for 300 something yards, 4 touchdowns before against teams. He has done it, but he don't do it often. Because I don't blame it on Jimmy. I think it's the play calling. We are run first
But
team.
exactly, the thing about it is too. If you go by your play calling, they know that Jimmy in the take over type.
Right.
You guys got a good foundation there that you got playmakers. Get it in Debo hand, get it in CMC hand, get it in Ayuk hand, get it in Kittle hand. You
Mhm.
ain't see even you said today I surprised Jimmy going down the field like that. He looking good. Cause there ain't something you just normally see like that.
Why Jimmy going deep now that he's surprising me.
Exactly. You think any of us were surprised when Mahomes were bombed it down the field? The only thing we are surprised is how wide the people them were open.
I can
Mm-hmm.
fucking tell.
But
Number
that's
one
something
defense.
that that he could do all the time.
All the
Number
time.
one defense, I call it.
That ain't gonna
You think
change.
you think we were surprised when Gabriel Davis had 3 catches for 160 yards?
Nope.
Nobody is surprised at that.
Nope.
The
You know,
Madden,
Josh
made
Allen can
that.
get that ball on there.
Exactly. That I think that's the difference between Jimmy being in a system that works with him and uh Josh Allen that could just take over a game. He call you on plays. You see right now, Aaron Rodgers can't call you on plays.
And I
Aaron
just
Rodgers
suck bad
can't
right
do
now.
nothing is because he
He,
need somebody to help him.
he arrogance got him out there. He should have come to San Fran when he had a chance.
Well, he gonna have to learn the hard way because right now he in 3-4, and they said the Buccaneer time. This is the first time since 2002 that Tom Brady has held a record of under 500
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
since 2-2. And like I said, before going to the other games, just going back to the Panthers, if our schedule is hard in terms of all who we are playing, can we playing the NFC West and
West.
the
Yeah.
AFC North? So if you look at it right now, we got the Falcons next, the Bengals after the Falcons, and then the Falcons again. So we got the Falcons 3 times in 2 weeks, 2 times in 3 weeks. Sorry. If we could pull off 2 of them wins against the Falcons, that means we 4-0 in the division. Then you got the Broncos to play. That the Broncos don't look good. The Ravens that I ain't too fearful of the Ravens because I got good defense.
Them don't look that good now.
You got exactly. Then we gotta play Seattle, who's actually looking good.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta play New Orleans again. We gotta play Detroit. We gotta play Tampa Bay. The Panthers, like I say, as I was telling you, KG, we may either be top 5 in pick selection draft choice, we might be middle of teens,
Middle of the pack.
or we might be in the back end because we somehow win that division. And once you win the division,
Mm-hmm.
your team go in the back.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that we do know is we got no quarterback under the books next year.
Right.
Who gonna be that quarterback? It depends on who the head coach is. So, but if, like I say, if 3 of us were candidates and we came in for an interview, I guarantee you guys will want to roll with that defense we got out there with Brian Bonds, Derek Brown, JC Hahn, and Jeremy Chin and those guys. You don't trade. As Fedora said, if I get an astronomical offer, then yeah, we may have to consider it. But
Exactly.
I don't know how the astronomical offer if you get 2 first-round picks for a defensive end and you ain't trade him. What Khalil Mack trade was? He didn't go for like 2 first-round or so on a
Again,
first
Also,
round.
no, I believe she did that
Ali
is
Mack was
who
older.
I believe is who gave you try to come over for some place. You
But
don't
that's what I'm saying.
you're not gonna take 2 late round first round picks.
And that's my thing because Brian Bonds was pick number 15.
Right. You're looking for somebody who
If
got
you gave me
who
two
stuck.
first-round picks, I don't want to pick that first-round pick at 27. Because look, the thing about it is,
I really believe it was the Eagles.
I
And I
think
really
so
believe
too. I
I
think so.
really believe I had ton of the Eagles because the Eagles right now 5-0.
No,
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Why
think
would
it
you
that though. I don't think it that. I think the Eagles didn't part way with that Saints pick.
That's Saints pick.
right?
I
No,
think
no, they
that
wouldn't.
was
And I wouldn't
that
either. If I
was
were the Eagles, I
that
wouldn't.
was yeah.
I
But why
wouldn't.
wouldn't you?
Why?
So
I would.
you're gonna pick up
I
You
would.
okay,
would?
so
I
look,
would.
so
You
look,
like it?
so look, so
You
look,
Reason
think
so
why?
so
Reason
Shane, look
why?
at it. Look at it this way. The Saints win 4 or 5 more games for the season. They're gonna have like the number 12 pick. You rather pick somebody with that number 12 pick than having Brian Bones where you know you're gonna get.
I rather take the known commodity instead of taking the unknown.
Exactly.
Give me the
I
known.
think the Eagles will come back to it within the next week or two. But I think at the initial, they were like, "I'll give you the 2 first round picks, but not that Saints pick because that's my high pick."
Because I think they
Yes.
offered their pick and a pick next year. So those were
Yes.
the 2 first-round picks, and they
Yep.
said, and the Panthers said, but they're gonna be late 20s. There
Right.
ain't no value for us for
Right.
Derek Brown, a 24 year
Right.
Right.
old all
I
pro
think so too.
player. Because if you look at it, who are the 3 teams that were in it? The Eagles, the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
The Chiefs first round pick gonna be late too.
Right.
Yep.
That's
I was
why.
even remember the Chiefs.
That's why you can't just offer me two first rounds and think you're gonna get Brian Bonds. That's what Scott Federer mean by astronomical. You're gonna have to give us more incentive to get Brian Bonds off your hand because if Howie Roseman come and say my pick and my pick next year, that's probably this year might be the 28th, 29th, 30th pick because they might go as far as the AFC Super Bowl.
Right.
That essentially like a second round pick. And the
Right.
pick next year, you're expecting the Eagles to be good again. No, if you was to tell me you were gonna give me the Saints pick and your first round pick this year, then that's something else I gotta consider. Because that Saints pick could be high.
Could be high.
And then look at it this way: if the Panthers end up like number in the teens, I could package that my pick and that Saints pick to go up and get a quarterback that we were talking about, KG.
Right.
So I can't read too much into it because we don't know what was discussed, what picks were discussed, who the team was. We are assuming it's the Eagles, but we don't know. The only
Like
thing we know is that they rejected two first round picks.
right. Like I was saying, I was giving them that pick because you would have I mean a known possible all pro bowl type of player who you know is productive in the league already. So
And
you don't have to worry about it.
my thing is, you again, well,
You get Brian Bowen on this defensive line right now. Ain't no doubt about it. You competing for the Super Bowl. Ain't no doubt about it.
but remember too, it's like we were talking about. That pick was coming in handy if you're picking a quarterback. Right now,
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Hurts is making
Jalen
you
Hurts is
see
looking good.
that you don't need a quarterback.
Right.
One, two. If that Saints pick is picked between 10 and 13 and you pick a defensive end, how sure are you that that defensive end gonna turn out to
He
be
could
Brian
be
Bonds?
he could be a next fucking
Solomon Thomas,
Solomon Thomas or Derek Barnett. You don't want
even
another
Cleveland
Derek
Farrell
Barnett.
and those guys that
Exactly.
didn't pan out. So
You
that
want somebody who's proven.
the only person that everybody saw on defense on that draft is Will Anderson, okay, Alabama.
Hello, Alabama. Yeah.
If
Hmm.
you get to Will Anderson right, they got a dude from Clemson, Byron Murphy or something like that. They say he's good too, but you don't know. Then you
You
got
still
Jalen
don't know.
Carter. Right. You got Jalen Carter from Georgia,
Mhm.
who they say actually is the best player on that Georgia team from last year over the other guys that they had. So we don't know. We don't know what can happen. But again, I know why the Panthers don't want to give up Bones, Derek, bro. Those guys are under 25 years old. Those guys have Pro Bowls to their name.
But you have to keep some kind of stability on the Panthers too.
Exactly.
You
You
can't
can't
just
give up.
sell the farm.
So okay. So my thing is, like you just said, Sheen, I trade Brian Bonds and I trade Derek Brown. So
What
I
you have
come
left?
into this. I come into this year with three first round picks. Okay, that's fine. But who said
Wait,
the first round picks gonna hit?
right. You need
Exactly.
a quarterback. No, you need a quarterback and a defensive tackle.
And a defensive tax. So you gotta go replace them on cheaper contract. I
Right.
understand what you're trying to say, as in you want to get cheaper contract, but you just said I gonna have to draft a quarterback one. I
Mm-hmm.
have to go and replace a defensive end for Bones. I'm gonna have to go get a defensive tackle. Don't forget, we still gotta get a running back. I'm McCaffrey gone.
Yep.
Yep.
Plus, you gotta get a wide receiver to complement DJ Moore.
Yeah, Billy
Carabby
Apple.
Asengan.
You still gotta build.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So why would I do that? So no, Shane, we just got a second, a third. So we got a first, 2 seconds, a third, two fourths for right now. If the first round player gonna take, we'll get our quarterback in the first round. We have 2 seconds, one high and one low. Just put that for instance.
How the way I am playing now, you might not be up there in runs for no quarterback.
Well, 2 and 4, we got to see that on a regular thing. That one game, I was impressed. I was very impressed and I was very happy. Let me see them do it again. We'll see what Atlanta brings. But say like that pick is like a top 5 second round pick. You could trade down and get more picks if you want. Or suppose you find the running back from Texas that everybody talking about, or the Alabama running back.
Right.
You draft he as your running back, right? Now you got a later second round pick. You draft an edge rusher or wide receiver to complement DJ Moore. You good because you still got third round pick and you got 2 4th round to build the depth of the team. So I don't see the rush to trade away everybody, and I understand what Federer's saying. We're not selling. We're just looking at the future.
The way
McCaffrey
forward.
wasn't gonna help us. No, yeah, McCaffrey wasn't gonna help us. No one. And two, we know that running backs got age limit, a timeline, a time frame for when the body gonna break down.
Right.
And to get a second, a third, a fourth, and a fifth ring, that's max value for a running back. He gonna be out in San Fran. He gonna help San Fran win games. The Panthers should be good. So, like I say, next week gonna show a lot if the Panthers really serious about the division, or it was a one game wonder, and then I come back in the night and start raising my CJ Stroud hat again and them kind of stuff. Cause if we win next week, guys, pair, I come in here with a division winner hat. If we lose next week, I come in here with my CJ Stroud hat. So we're
I'm
gonna
too
have to
far.
see.
I'm too far, partner. You
No,
got too
no,
far. You got too far.
we got to see what's going on.
Yeah,
But like I say, Shane's division is tight. The Panthers division is tight. We right there in the thick of things. KG's division is tight. He was on a bye week, but the Giants right there on the tail.
the
Mhm.
Five
Giants
Right
win
and
there.
one.
again. The Giants win
This
again.
Mhm.
what it be? The 6-1 because they ain't had a boy
Six and
yet.
one. 6-1.
6-1.
6-1. Cowboys 5 and
So
2.
they might be first in the division right now.
Nah, we said nah. They ain't
No,
first.
they still got the percentage gonna be higher for the
Yeah, yeah.
Eagles.
Could be
But like
undefeated.
I say, Brian Dable has those
Oh yeah,
guys
I
playing.
undefeated. Yeah, undefeated.
Dable has those guys playing.
That,
And
that's
another thing about it
that's
is
that's
that,
one I feared. Dable coming to the Giants.
but you see, you want me to tell you one thing that I understand about teams that build the right way. This Dable first year as head coach, that's not the team that he wants, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They were cap strapped, they were way over the cap.
Mm-hmm.
So he still got a lot of moves that he trying to make. Daniel Jones isn't his quarterback and those stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
And the team 5-1.
a good coach know how to coach.
Put your players in position to excel,
Look at
excel,
that.
win
Look
game.
at that. He 6-1 and with a team that he had to cut people and do all
We
kinds of
could
stuff.
we could say the same thing about Nick Sirianni last year. You
Exactly.
understand?
But no, but
I
look
mean,
now.
right.
Look the perfect example here now of somebody that know that's building a right team. Look
Mm-hmm.
at the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
The
But
Jets. You remember when Salah just came in, Zach Wilson, oh, Mo Salah on a hot seat, this and that. How we on a hot seat? Just come. Give him some time to build a
Right.
team.
they
Now
got a
look
Exactly.
good
at the team.
they got a good
The,
GM out there.
the team is 5-2. You got
Mm-hmm.
people on offense and on the well, tough luck to Bryce Hall if he did tear his
That
ACL today. That one
that
is
that that,
tough.
that they're gonna kill
Mm-hmm.
him right now. They're gonna
That's
kill him.
tough.
A
But
tough lot.
they got McCoy Becton, Alexander Villarreal. They
Mm-hmm.
build a line. They get some playmakers around. The defense, Sars Gardner, Quinn Williams, those guys doing things. They deal. Another example is the record don't show it, but the Jaguars is slowly building a team that looks
Exactly.
really, really good.
Yep.
Because Dougie P just came, but look, you got Trevor Lawrence as your building block. You got Etienne, James
Yeah,
Robinson.
wow.
I'm not a fan of the wide receiving core, and I don't like that they paid
Hey,
Christian
too
Kirk
much
all
money
of
for
that.
Christian Cook. He ain't do shit all
I
season.
don't.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't.
yeah. He's not a number one. He's not a number two.
He ain't yeah,
There's no
exactly.
reason. There's no reason why he should be getting all that money.
Barely a
Simple as
good
Exactly.
three. He barely a three.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I ain't a fan of that. But then look at the defense. Josh Allen, Trayvon Cleason, Trayvon Walker, they Devin Lloyd, who this Oka Georgia, who this is playing at a high level. They
And good.
got people. Then
Definitely.
now look at a team that know how to utilize the lower picks. Look at the Seahawks. They
Mm-hmm.
got the cornerback, Rolling Wooten,
How to
Kenneth,
utilize the whole draft.
Kenneth Walker. Those guys know how to build teams to
Mhm.
keep it
Draft.
turning and turning and turning. You understand? Those are people that know how the process works and sticks with it. There's no fast repair in the NFL.
Mhm.
Ain't no fast repair. You got to do it the right way to have long-term success. What was the long-term success for Kansas City? They let Mahomes stay behind Alex Smith for what 2 years or
Yeah.
something like
No,
that? A
one
Yeah,
year,
year.
one year,
One
one
a
year.
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 One year.
Leave him see stuff, leave him understand stuff, and then unleash him.
But that's
What was
that's Andy Reid's MO. He did that. He did the same thing for Donovan McNabb. He let McNabb sit behind Doug Peterson for a whole season.
exactly? Look at Buffalo. Remember when Josh Allen had just come in the league? It was rough. It was
Rough.
rough.
It was
Rough.
rough.
It
Yeah.
was rough.
Mm-hmm.
But you had people around him, Dable and all of Darcy and
That's it.
Schuler and those guys. You let McDermott do his thing on the defense, and those guys crap groom um Josh Allen into the quarterback he
And he was
is today.
coachable. Was coachable as well.
Right.
Right.
Bill, another example is Lamar was a different type of quarterback coming out. So how do we make Lamar better? We get Greg Roman that knows how to walk
Hmm.
the
Maximize his abilities.
the maximize his ability. They get walk a quarterback that got a high ceiling but still ain't a prototypical quarterback. What's the best way to help him? What's the best way to help him? Get him a
Run
Play
damn
game.
good tight end
the
and
tight
get
end.
him a run game. He
Mm-hmm.
got two of them. He had Dobbins, he get those good. Plus you got
And
Mark
Mark Andrews.
Andrews who can't stop him. You will see they don't have word to see who. Rashad Bateman, Duvernay,
And
they
Duvernay.
just signed thing.
Mm-hmm.
Those are persons that get it and understand. And it's
Exactly.
also for thing too. What you call it? It's also for San Fran and those guys. Because wow, San Fran spent their picks building the defense, building the line. You had Bosa before Buckner went. You had Buckner. You had Armstead. You got Warner. You got those guys coming in. Offense, you get Debo. You get Ayuk. Now the draft Trey Lance. Hopefully, it hasn't worked out yet with the injury and everything, but hopefully it goes. But
You could say the same thing with the Eagles too.
and then look at it. I was just going to come up to that. Look at the Eagles.
Hmm.
You got to know how to do it the right way and build the team the right way and progress the team together. All your team really need is a piece or two here and there out of free agency. You don't need that much. What so
Fill the gaps. Fill the
right.
gaps.
So what did Philly do? They went and get AJ Brown. That was the
Hmm.
acquisition.
Drafted
They
Josh
Compliment.
Davis.
they
Compliment
had
Devontae Smith.
right.
Drafted
They had
Jordan.
Jordan Davis. What did they
Picked up
do?
Kazir
Go
White.
and get Bradbury to help
Bradbury. Pick up Kazir White.
Darius
Slid.
Slay. They
Yeah.
get Kazir
Traded,
White
right. Traded for
to,
Chauncey
to
Gardner
take.
Johnson.
Exactly. You make
Exactly.
the little moves to help.
Hmm.
What did the 49ers do when they're healthy? They got Tre'Davious
Travis
Ward
Ward.
to help
Big.
the
Big,
back
big, big.
end of the thing. You gotta learn how to build the team the right way and understand. You know who's a perfect example of not building the team the right way? The fucking the Bronx.
The Bronx, right?
The Bronx every year the Bronx got a heap of cap. But then again, my thing is they blame it on Baker. So I don't know. I don't know. They
Oh, you
blame it
blame
on
that on
Baker.
Baker. Baker don't run the team.
But look, how much times we done hear the Bronx got one of the best
Best
defensive players on the team,
defensive
and that
players.
defense
Exactly.
never good. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
exactly.
So
Exactly.
you trying to tell me
Defense is
You got
a point.
Miles Garrett, you got Jadavian
Denzel
Clowney,
Ward.
you got Kamara, Denzel Ward, Greedy Williams, Grant Delpit,
Mhm.
all those guys, and your
All those
defense
guys.
always bad.
Hmm.
The defense always bad in Cleveland. You had the best line. You had the best line in the NFL. So you had Chubb and Hunt running it.
Hmm.
You had Odell, it didn't work out. With you had Jarvis Landry, it didn't work out. Now you got Mara Cooper. So the Bronx actually now 2-5. So who to blame on? Is it you putting it on Brissett
Nah, you put that fucking in the office.
or
I
the
gotta be
Bronx
there. And I
or the
hired on the
Bronx?
coach. I hired on the coach. I gotta go to the GM.
So you think the GM tell the owner we might do good this year, but this team built for next year when Deshaun come
No,
back
no, no one don't want to hear that shit.
because they know that Deshaun ain't come back till week 12. So what the plan was?
So it make no sense bringing him into the game. It make no sense bring it like again. It don't make no sense bringing Deshaun into this season.
No, you got to
You have
Why?
to.
develop some kind of chemistry. You have
You
to,
have
you
to.
have
You have
to.
to.
That was
You
off
have to.
season there for that.
No, too late.
No,
You
you got to
need,
get him
no,
in the
you
game,
gotta
get him the
do it
game
now.
reps.
Do it now. You gotta do it now.
Because look, so you 2-5 right now. That's what they
But
are.
we in week 7.
They're 2-5.
There are
So they
4 weeks
probably got
before Deshaun even decide he come back in the game. Before you can bring Deshaun back. He even
you gotta
practicing.
play him. You
He
gotta
even
play him.
practicing. He's not even practicing.
I know he's allowed to go back into the stadium now. He's allowed to go back there and
No.
train like thing,
Right.
right? And then he ain't allowed to practice till week 10.
A
But
week
you gotta
before he's
put
supposed a week before he allowed
something
back
like
to
that,
play.
yeah. He allowed to go back to do like individual training and like weights and conditioning, no. And then he could officially start training at week 10 or 11 or something like that. But you got to put him in the game. You got to play him. I think the Bronx are actually hoping to stay close to 500 so that when Deshaun come make some kind of run. But
That ain't not gonna happen.
That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen.
Not
that
gonna
ain't
happen.
happening.
That's not
That,
gonna
Not
happen.
gonna happen.
that ain't
Right.
happening. So we need to see. Again, I was just going to say another good example of building is look at the Bengals.
The
The Bengals
Bengals.
got Burrow. They get Jamar Chase with
Good
him.
draft.
You had
Good
T.
draft.
Higgins. You
Great draft.
draft Joe Mixon. What their
Mm-hmm.
biggest weakness was last year?
Offensive
The
line.
Offensive.
line. They
The
build the
offensive line is
line.
coming together now, as you can see.
But remember Shane or
Chemistry.
bashing in that line early. You're
That
bashing
line,
in that
that
line
line, that
early.
line is coming
But it
together now.
need chemistry.
It's
It
coming together
need
now.
chemistry. And
Coming
no
My hand
together
look
now.
doubt.
It's getting
horrible.
a lot
I look
better
the
now.
same.
Yeah, but because they ain't
Yeah,
play together. They
because
ain't
you
play
know
together
chemistry.
in a long
There was
time.
there was no cohesion.
Yeah.
Now they're coming together
Now
now.
they're
Now,
looking
now
better.
you're seeing it. Now you're seeing it. Now you're seeing Burrow has time. Now you're
Like
seeing
my
Jamar Chase having
like
time.
my line. So I was worried about my interior my line. My interior my line has not given up sacks in a whole long time. But my right tackle is a scrub. He gives up sacks like he crazy. But my center and my two guards are batting zero sacks
Well,
right now.
let's see how your line play against Donald and those guys next week because
We played against them already, sweetie.
this year, are you play already this year?
Yeah, we
Yeah, really this
fucking
year.
wash them out.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, but my right tackle is my weakest link right now, and he's supposed to be a star, and that's killing me right now. That's eating me. That's eating me right now.
I think the Rams angry that they didn't get McCaffrey. 'Cause they came in trying to get McCaffrey before the 49ers could get it.
Sucks to be them. Sucks to be Murphy.
Because they know right now they desperately
They
need help
desperate
on
for running back.
offense.
Yeah, they
But it,
desperate for running back.
but
But
they
that's
have
their fault.
started.
They should have never got rid of Todd Gurley. Never.
No, but the reason why, because Gully had injury problems.
He was
That the issue. That the
okay,
issue was
but then you
was
had
managed.
Cam Akers, and Cam Akers are producing, and you railroad Cam Akers. You railroaded Cam Akers, and you had no kind of answer for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Cam
don't know
Akers was
what.
your starting back. Cam Akers is a good back. I ain't gonna lie to you, he's a very good back. I'm surprised that they need to let him go see hit the market.
Well, he ain't playing another dunk from. They're gonna trade him, so
Right. They're gonna trade him.
we'll see what happens with him. But like I said, it we still all it technically from our
It's all it.
NFL
It's still
season
all it.
standpoint.
We ain't hit the bye week yet. We out here still,
Right.
chatting. We still all it. We ain't halfway through the season yet. A lot of things can still happen. A lot of
Still
teams
got a
are
lot of
gonna
stuff to
run.
go.
Right, a lot of things happen. You know what
But
I'm saying? So
the crazy thing about football is this year it's tight right now. It's
yeah,
tight,
it don't
tight.
usually be this tight. It's very
It's
tight.
not like yeah, you separate teams. So okay, you got some bad teams that want to win, like the Lions, the
Mm-hmm.
Texans, but you got teams, everybody. If you got two wins, you're still in it.
You still in it,
At this point, you're still in it.
They rate us.
So exactly, they probably got three wins now. They ain't 3-4.
Well, let me check. I think 2-4.
Cause they didn't win last week.
They're
They
on a
win
buy
last
last
week.
week. They're on a
They
buy
won a
last
bye
week.
Down a
last.
boy. Okay, so they probably 2-4 then. If they had a boy, they're gonna have 6 games, so it's 2-4.
They rate us 2-4, but they in third place. Cause the Broncos 2-5.
Right.
And then the
So
Chargers 4-3, but the Chargers are on a downward slide. So if the Raiders win next week, Chargers lose again, the Raiders slide into second place.
Right.
You know what I'm
and like
saying?
I said, there's teams this year that we didn't thought would be good. For instance, the Jets.
Just
They
fucking
there.
outstanding.
Miami could be there. Miami, I guarantee. If
Hey,
Miami didn't have the hiccup with
hey,
tour.
them two East divisions looking deadly.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because if Miami didn't have that little hiccup with tour, probably would have been 5-2, something like that. Because they had to play
Right,
with some third string quarterback.
right.
So
I mean, you got Buffalo 5-1, Jets 5-2. My Dallas is 3-3. They might be 4-3 here because the game I'm
they
gonna have right now look like it gonna
they
be
gonna beat Pittsburgh,
it
yeah.
gonna be a scrubbing. So I mean, they're looking good. They're looking good.
So to put all that to rest, it's still a very, very competitive season from all parts. If we run through the games, the games today, you had Panthers beating the Buccaneers, Seahawks beating the Chargers, which probably was a shock. Is a shocker to us.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs beating the 49ers. I know me and
Mm-hmm.
KG went Chiefs. Shane went
50-50.
49ers.
50-50. 50-50.
So tough one. Jets beating the Broncos, which we assume because
Yeah,
of
so
thing
Russell.
not playing. Russell.
even if
Raiders
Russell had
beating.
play,
No, I don't. I think they'll be different if Russell had
even if
play.
Russell had play,
Nah, I still think they'll be different. I would
yeah,
if Russell had played, I would have changed my pick.
you'd lose.
Well, we will never know. Raiders beating Texans.
The
which
expected.
is expected. Very good game with the Giants and Jaguars. Came down to the Warrior. Also with the Packers and Commanders. Commanders came out 23-21.
Not expected.
Okay, that's definitely true. Ravens blocking a field goal at the end, beating the Bronx 23-20.
Ravens in
Uh,
trouble. Ravens in trouble. Harbaugh and hot seat.
well, they're still winning, you know.
Yeah, but not, yeah.
He
I
got a
got
lot of
different mentality.
respect. The thing is, he got a lot of respect. That's they ain't gonna just fire Taba like
The
that.
thing is, you need to give Lamar more wide receiver help. A veteran
So
wide receiver.
okay, so we are realizing Lamar is saying he can't track, right?
Yeah.
You know that.
We are realize that end of the season Lamar
He's a free agent.
is either a
They
free
got no,
agent
they gonna
or
franchise tag him.
he can hold out.
He ain't gonna play on two things that happen.
He said he ain't playing on no franchise tag.
Right, that's what I said. Two things that happen. They gonna franchise tag him, and he either gonna get traded for a shitload of picks, or he gonna sign a massive contract.
Yeah, they ain't
Remember,
gonna, they ain't
remember,
gonna, they ain't gonna leave
remember,
him going free agency.
remember, Lamar works out his own contract. He doesn't have an agent.
Yeah,
True.
He does his own thing, and I think the main holdup for him was guaranteed money. He was looking at a certain amount of guaranteed money, and he wasn't getting it because ever since Cleveland decided to give Deshaun everything guaranteed, our quarterbacks want more guaranteed now.
Jalen
Yeah.
Hurts look good, but could you imagine Lamar Jackson in an Eagles jersey? Uh,
KG,
Yo, you need to start spending what you
anytime,
got, eh?
exact,
Start spending what
anytime
you
you
got,
guys
eh?
go a certain way with Jalen Hurts, don't even look at no other quarterback because they
Yeah.
ain't gonna do it.
I know
Right.
that. I know that.
Please.
I know that. I know that.
Start
I know
spending
that.
what you got.
I know that.
Treat
Like I
it.
said
Don't pay.
before.
Hey, don't pay. He no mind. Keep continue. Continue. He no fucking mind. He fly even though he complaining. Oh, hush him out.
I complaining. I just said what
Treat
the
it. Treat it.
possibilities.
Continue. Treat it, please.
The possibilities.
No.
But you get me.
So,
He better get me Vicks. Better get me Vicks.
so when you look at the other scores, after that one, you had Colts Titans beat the Colts, which
Hmm.
we
That, that's a
expected
good.
because
That's
the
a
That's
good.
Colts
expected.
aren't playing very good. Bengals beat the Falcons, which we expected.
Given up.
Cowboys beat the Lions, we expected that.
Expected that. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then towards this game, the Cardinals beat the Saints. So
That was
Should
50-50.
should be the lead.
I think so. I should be in the lead.
Treat it is in the lead.
With how much?
See,
At least
um,
2 games.
2 games. 2 games up.
2 games up. Yeah.
And then I think all of us went with Miami.
I was in
Yeah.
Miami. I was in Chargers. So you'll win this. You'll win. And I was in New England. So you'll win this. You'll win this. So
Yeah, I'll go with
You
this
mic
one.
again. You
The
mic
mic
again.
shade. It
how the
just
fuck
messed up.
the mic mess up? I mean, the mic is a damn. Is when I bring up the
I know.
when I change the screens.
Oh, 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 oh.
Ah, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
okay, cool, long now.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's when I change the screens. It ain't
So
the mic. It's when I change the screens. I get
so
two
I'll take
monitors, but
home this one. We gotta have to do something. So I'll go home with this one. But I mean, we still got two games. We got Miami in progress now against Pittsburgh, 13-3
score
Miami
13-3. Yeah,
in
that's a
this in
wash.
this in the second quarter.
It's
They
over.
got
Mark it
Pickett out
off.
here running. We'll see
Mark it
what
off.
happens, guys. We're gonna watch him. And then we got another game tomorrow, which isn't exciting to me, but something gotta play. New England and Chicago. And I don't know how KZ doing. But with that being said, we'll be back on Tuesday,
Yes, sir.
8 o'clock, to give out our game balls, trash bags, wrap up week 7,
Well,
look
this be the
ahead to
first.
week
This
8.
this be one of the weeks where Shooter's not giving the trash bags to Carolina Panthers. He can't. There's no reason to.
First
But they
week.
get
The first
they
week.
oh, I can't give the trash bag to Carolina, but I could give the trash bag to the game in Carolina.
Yeah, but you can't give it to
And we know
Carolina.
where my game we
You
know where
probably
my
hit.
game we know where my game ball is going.
I don't know.
Steve Wilkes is getting that game ball
I
from
know,
me,
man.
baby.
My trash bag may go to fucking San Francisco. But let's go there. Let's not go there.
I know my I
Let's
know
wait
my
on
Let's go there. Let's go there Tuesday.
let's wait on Tuesday to give out everything that we got.
We got 2 games still left to go, so let's wait and see what's going on.
Yeah, let's
So,
wait until that.
I
But
don't got my trash bag in my head.
me too.
I
so
don't got that.
we'll be back on Tuesday to wrap up week 7. And then look forward to week 8 and then talk a little bit about. I think Tuesday will be exactly 1 week until the trade deadline comes up
Yes.
because the trade deadline is next week Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yep.
So
Correct.
we'll see if we get some more rumors on Monday and Tuesday before our show, and then we'll do all our normal wrap up, and then look forward to week 8 where everyone will be back on. I'll be playing the Falcons. Shane will be playing his division rivals, the Rams, and KG. Who you got next week Sunday?
The Steelers,
He'll got a
2008 Super Bowl
where is it? Is it at home or
in Philly.
in Philly? So Eagles, Steelers, 49ers, Rams, Panthers, and
The Philly
Falcons next
Week
week.
4.
We'll talk some more about that, but until then, we'll see everybody on Tuesday, and we hope everyone enjoyed a good Sunday of football and end it off on Monday for Monday Night Football.
Yes, I. See everybody on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Peace out.